When it comes to new Mercedes-Benzes these days, there's absolutely no shortage of choice. In fact, Merc has a bigger model range than just about any other car maker. There's big, small, long, short, four-wheel drives, wagons, sedans, hatches, you name it, pretty much anything. But while most of the growth has come from the lower end of the market, the hatchbacks and so on, it's the top end where the reputation has been built. And this car is very much top end. Meet the CL. Now the CL is effectively a two-door version of the S-Class, which is Benz's biggest, largest, most luxurious limousine. That also means the CL is expensive. In fact, super expensive. How's $383,000 sound? Now that's a one-bedroom apartment around here. To be fair though, the Merc does have hundreds of gizmos and gadgets. Literally everything is electric, from the climate control air conditioning to the doors that suck themselves closed to the steering wheel, and of course the seats. Yes, the seats. Now of course you've got the normal electronic controls to adjust the seat to the position you want, but it goes a lot further than that. Check this out. So first of all, I can choose lumbar for pretty much any part of the seat. The backrest, the sides, the fronts, literally anything. Then I can adjust exactly how much support I want in corners, because these seats actually pump up on either side of my body, so that when I turn right, the left-hand side of the seat pumps a bit of air into it, keeps me stable. To be honest, around here it's actually a bit of a pain, but hey, on the open road it works pretty nicely. You can literally spend an hour setting the seat up to exactly what you want. And to some extent that's the problem with the CL. You've got to program everything, set it up the way you want it. And I challenge any techno-savvy teenager to figure all this out. In fact, there's so many gadgets that you probably won't know half of them are working. And there's so many that some of the ones that do work you probably will never use. Exhibit A, Your Honour, the night vision system. Now, okay, it's not night, so I can't demonstrate it to you right now. But take it from me, it is absolutely useless. Yes, it illuminates the road ahead, just like the headlights. But I'll tell you what, the last place I'm going to be looking, if it's dark and dim and no lights outside, is right there. I'm going to be looking way out there. Still $400,000. Well, thankfully the CL is the pinnacle of luxury. It's absolutely opulent inside, gives you a real feeling of specialness. The seats are like carefully crafted sofas, and the ride, well, it's serene. And even though it's a two-door, you still get plenty of space in the back. The car's huge, which you can probably tell from the outside. In fact, it's so big it struggles to fit into a standard sized parking spot. So yes, the CL is a pretty good way to make a pretty big statement, especially when you tell your mates just how much you paid for it. Let's face it though, if I'm shelling out 400 grand on a car, I do expect something pretty darn special. And yes, it's special, and yes, I want hundreds of gadgets and more. But here's something you may not expect. That is a 500 horsepower wallop in the back. 385 kilowatts of ferocity unleashed from Merc's gruntiest V8 ever. Yes, this is one quick car, 0 to 100 in less than 5 seconds. It's so powerful it struggles to get the power to the bitumen through those massive 20-inch wheels. And that's exactly the thing I'd expect for my 400 grand, if I had 400 grand. But that's also part of the problem with the Merc. You see, Mercs range in price from what, around $30,000 all the way up to almost $500,000. Now for the top end, you can get some pretty exotic machinery. Things like Ferraris, Bentleys, Aston Martins, all brands that arguably have a fair bit more cachet than a Merc. Perhaps that's why only a handful of CL AMGs will be sold each year.